There really is no place like Hochanda. It's very true, everybody. It's very true. Kick the heels together 3 times and make a wish, and Nikki appears.
Hello,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Very good.
It's our first time together for a little while.
It
Certainly
is,
through birthday
yes.
celebrations.
What an amazing birthday.
It's been brilliant, hasn't it?
5 years.
5 years. Do you remember have you been asked this yet? Do you remember your first show?
I can remember my very first show.
How many years? When was this?
It was around 3 years ago.
Ooh.
And it was the Petunia collection.
Oh, blimey, you remember it all.
And I was in the set down there.
Were you?
Yeah, so I wasn't in this set.
No.
But yeah, I remember it very well.
And how would you say that it's changed, moved, grown? How would you describe it?
It's definitely grown.
Yeah.
It's fun, and I never expected that I'd be on air so much, to be fair.
Really?
I thought just a few shows a month.
Yeah.
And I'm here most
A lot.
weeks.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, it's brilliant and it's
Thank
lovely
you.
when you are here. You do fantastic demonstrations and it's great.
Thank you.
And all part of the celebration. And, of course, you are massively included in that. We have our new one-day special. It launched just a couple of hours ago. Here we are with our beautiful Heartfelt collection of fantastic papers and the beautiful stamps or dies you're going to be having here to work with, which is great. I will tell you, we've only had 1 live hour and now 40% of the stock has already now been allocated. So if you are watching for the first time, maybe you've been out with the family this bank holiday Monday or doing a bit in the garden or just having a bit of a potter, you've actually got a chance to sit down now and to spend this hour with Nikki and myself. Then I hope you're going to have a lovely time with us. Now we are looking at an extended delivery, which means now everything is dispatched from the 9th of September. So not too long to wait, but they'll be with you as soon as they possibly can from that date, of course. Now let's have a little talk through with Nikki regarding these. Just tell us a little bit about what we can expect in this collection, because I think people have their ideas about Heartfelt anyway.
They do.
And this follows on, doesn't it, really?
It does, yes. So this is a floral collection, and the main theme of it is the zinnia flower.
Right.
And the garden. So as you can see, very pretty,
Very
bright.
pretty.
You've also got some kind of autumnal colours in there as well, which I think is really nice. We're coming towards the end of our summer.
True.
And zinnias do tend to come towards the end of the summer anyway.
Ooh, pretty.
You've got images in here like the bridge. You probably recognise that, and that one is from... And I've put myself on the spot now. It's from a collection from a few months ago.
Oh, right, nice. Nicely done.
Nicely done. I got out of that one. I think it... I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember. We bring so many out. Every single month we launch a brand new one. You have got your florals in here as well, which will coordinate with your dies.
So we can cut through from these then, can we? Right.
You can notice as well there the little ladybirds
I love them.
in there. You've
Very
got 2
cute.
different size ladybirds in there, and they are really nice because you can just add them as a little accent to your card.
Yes, yeah.
But
very,
you can see the colours, so you're already getting a feel for the collection.
Really
just
lovely.
looking at this. But then, of course, you've got your ready-made panels, but then you've got your 6x6s, which are great for your smaller cards. You've got your 12x12, your beautiful bright colours. I mean, look at that bright orange.
That is stunning,
Beautiful.
isn't it?
It's got lots of script going on in there and some design work in the background as well. You've got your paler colours, and then, of course, you've got your tags and your tickets in there as well. So these are great for adding on to presents, using on your card as well.
They are. The colour palette on here is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah,
and I love the way that Heartfelt will put a collection together and not necessarily use colours that you would probably put together.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't put orange with bright green, but it works so well.
Yes, it does actually.
So it kind of lets me experiment more than what I probably would do.
Right.
Normally with my colours.
You say you have got some bright colours, but you've got some nice softer pastels
yes,
as
there's
well.
a lot of
There's
softer
sweet mixes
pastels in there as well. What I particularly love about this collection is it's floral, which means it's for any occasion. It could be for a gentleman, it could be for a female, it could be for a younger, it could be for an 18th or a 21st birthday card. But as you can see, just looking at how you can use those stamps and dies to create the absolutely stunning zinnias, but then you can go for smaller flowers. You don't necessarily have to make zinnia flowers with it.
Okay.
That is obviously what they've been created for, but just experiment. Create, this was made, I did this in an earlier demonstration, the butterfly, just using cardboard and paper stock. and creating my flowers.
They are stunning. They really are beautiful. We've also got the actual, obviously the stamps and the die set to go with them. I think I've got the right ones here at the back.
We have.
To go
and
through.
If I could just mention that we have got 2 moulds that will coordinate with this, but unfortunately, the time that we are in, they've been delayed.
Okay.
Okay. I can't give you an exact date, but we're thinking maybe around 3 to 4 weeks, 4 weeks maximum, and then we'll be bringing them on Hochanda on some other shows.
Right,
okay,
brilliant.
But I will
brilliant.
keep you informed. But you can still create absolutely stunning flowers using the stamps, the dies, and your flower shaping tool.
So again, these will coordinate, like you say, with the papers themselves.
They will. They work really, really well with your papers. And like I said, the colour scheme, it's endless. And especially when you're using the stamps and dies, you can add colour to them, any colour that you like. Maybe you're making a card for your mum and her favourite colour is green.
Yeah.
Blue.
Yeah.
But you do it any colour you like to correspond with the person that you're actually giving the card to.
They're lovely big stamps as well, aren't
They
they?
are big.
Yeah.
They are. But you have also got your smaller elements in there as well.
Of course, of course. Really lovely. Again, so we've already seen a few nice images there already, but the word pretty is definitely used on some of these. You can create
and
some
I think
very
this is a
pretty
really
pieces.
good example how you can just use some of the smaller petals to create smaller flowers, but then you can really go to town and
look at that. Wow.
Isn't that stunning? Now that is a zinnia.
That is beautiful.
If anything looked more like a zinnia, I would say this card really, really does show it off.
They're phenomenal.
Think about all of the other collections that you've got. Think about the decorative dies that you've got that will work so well with this collection. And what I love about this, the ones that you're just showing are from the design team. Now the design team obviously have lots of time they've spent on these cards, but each and every one of them are so different. The flowers are all different.
They're amazing.
They don't necessarily have to be, as I say, zinnias, but that's a zinnia.
That is beautiful.
You know, you research zinnia, and that's what I did. Even though I'm a florist, I did a lot of research on the colours and how the petals lay. And to be honest, there's so many varieties out there.
They are I mean, these are high-end looking pieces, aren't they? If you were going to work with these, send these on.
Yeah.
They are beautiful. So please take advantage. Like I said right at the beginning of this show, we are looking at 40% of the stock already allocated for your one-day special. Your deals are there to be had. You've got a fantastic saving on this as well, don't forget. So £21 saving, which is fantastic. Also, it's available on FlexiBuy, so that's just 2 payments, actually. Brings it right down to just £29.98 as your first payments. Don't forget also, everyone's got a £5 credit, of course, automatically added to their account, and to activate that, just spending £25 or more will get that for you. So, and you can use that again at any time between now and the end of the promo that we've got for you, of course, the event, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m. when it all comes to a close. So you've still got that up for grab. Plus, we've also got for you, if you are making a purchase in this hour, then of course you've also got your free gifts. Now, we reckon there's about 600 or so in here.
We think there is, because in each batch of colours you've got around 60 stamens. They're all on wires, very easy to use, and work perfectly with not just any flower, but particularly the zinnias. Right,
perfect. So these are going to be these are free for you if you make a purchase in this hour as part of the birthday celebrations. Fantastic. 620-393 if you would like to take the whole summer garden collection, which is absolutely beautiful. We've also got the cascading petals for it. Again, another lovely collection we have for you. And again, all the details you would expect to find from Heartfelt are in this one as well. There's a huge amount here. If you want the whole collection, you get 11 dies, 9 stamps, and you got your 12 by 12 papers. This is a huge amount, this one, and a brilliant saving. Again, talk to us about what we can expect with this particular collection.
Pretty. It's absolutely beautiful. We launched this a few months back. We do think it was around May time. You've not only got your florals in there and your birds, but you're also getting a birdcage die in there as well.
Right.
There you go. There you can see it just there. Really nice and big as well.
It's a question that came through. Which was that? Is the cage die? Yes. From Janie. Hello, Janie.
Hi, Janie.
A very good evening to Janie. Nice to have your company as well. I think she was asking, is that the die that was used for the baby? Is it that one?
It most certainly was. Well spotted. Yes, this is the die that I created the baby crib cot with for the Tender Moments that we launched last week. So, yeah, well spotted.
Let me show you that then, as we're talking about that straight away then. I mean, that is incredibly detailed, isn't it? With
absolutely
all the
beautiful. You've got your outer edge and then you've got your inner edge, which is your decorative part. So you can put a shadow behind it. You can create a standalone card with it using that outer edge as well. So you get a cage kind of shaped card, which we have got some samples
I'll show some of
with.
those. Yes, I will do it.
But just that die you can use with any collection.
Right.
You know, a minute ago, it works really, really well with the Zinnia collection as well.
That is phenomenal. I'll just also, when we've got them there as well, I can show some of the other stamps and everything we got a bit close up for them as well.
Yes, so there you've got your little tiny petals. So that's what you're going to create your wisteria flowers from. And then I love the way that they've created that heart there.
Right, yes,
that stamp.
yes,
You've got
true.
the opposite side, so you can create a beautiful
That's really nice.
design there.
More of the dies themselves here.
Yes, so
Let's
they
go with them.
coordinate with the ones we just seen.
And we've got the die and the stamp set.
For the birds, so the
For the
birds
birds.
again, you've got the opposites. So you can sit them on a branch and they can be looking at each other. As I say, this is a really pretty collection.
Or as our director said there, they could be looking apart as well. They've had an argument, but no, we don't want that. We don't
to
want
each
that.
other.
And we've also got the rest of the die and stamp set as well. The finds come with it. So yeah, big looks again.
And again, you can create amazing cards, and we will show some samples because I really think it's in the samples that shows what you can actually create.
Well, I mean, we talked a lot about the actual bird cage itself.
Yes,
so let's show I mean, that
there's
is
the bird cage
phenomenal,
on there. Look
isn't
at
it?
that.
Look at that, is amazing.
And you can create something like this from home. You can put a tea light in there.
Wow.
Really pretty.
That is
A beautiful gift.
Is that difficult? Is this difficult to create when I look at something like this?
No, not at all. You just need to die cut 4 cages out and then stamp and die cut some of your elements and decorate the top. This one
This is beautiful.
has actually got a magnet in there to holding that top down.
Oh.
So it is using that cage, but what I thought was it would make a nice wedding cage. So you could put a piece of cake in there, a cupcake. You could put a present in there as well.
That is lovely.
So that's where I got the inspiration from.
And then using it.
Yes, just with the bird sitting in the cage there and some florals from, I just used the paper pad on that one.
That is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Again, fantastic opportunity and a brilliant offer that you'd expect, of course, from Heartfelt Creations here. Don't forget, you've got a fantastic saving. Again, a saving of £40 on this. The usual price, over 130. It's down to $94.92. As I said, for 11 dies, 9 stamps, and I've got your 12 by 12 papers. Now, of course, also to help you as well, that's actually down to 3 payments for you. That's spread across, and that's just each one of those of £31.64. 712195 is your item code you'll need for that particular collection. All those and much more, of course, are all on the website, hochanda.com. You can search by brand and everything, you'll find it as well. They are still available individually on some of those stamps and dies if you are so looking for. But your best savings, of course, are always in the big bundles and the collections that are put together for you for all the bundles and, of course, your one-day special. But anything you fancy, have a little look on the website and you'll find it all there under Heartfelt, which is absolutely gorgeous. Lots and lots and lots. Don't forget your free giveaway gift as well when you make a purchase in this hour. And of course, it's always lovely to have Nikki and her demonstrations. So what are we looking at in this hour?
So we're going to start off with making a zinnia flower. So in the earlier show, which would have been 6 o'clock, I had to think about that one. It's been a long day. I created one like this. Okay, so what I did was I shaped some of the 3 larger petals going down, and then the inner ones I shaped coming up, and then I created the inner, and there you can see the stamens that you will get if you make a purchase. You will get those free, and I think they're worth like £15.
Yeah, £15.99 I think actually.
That's a good birthday present.
That is a great giveaway, that one.
And they are really, really easy to use as well. So that's what I created earlier. So this time I wanted to create something a little bit more different. So I'm just going to go in, and I know a lot of you are new to Hochanda, maybe new to Heartfelt even. So I'm just using my daubers just to show you how I colour in my flowers. And I would probably say 99% of the design team use this exact same method, okay? because it is so easy. When you've got your daubers, think about all those inks that you've got sitting on the shelf and you probably think, oh, I don't really use my inks that much. You can use your inks to colour with, using your daubers, picking up the ink colour and just adding colour. So
because I think they went out for a bit. They are back at the one. Actually, the details are on the screen now. I think half the stock has actually, almost half the stock has already been allocated in here. So I think there was off for a bit, but they're back in $13.99, and that would get you 12 of those. And of course, that's the whole stack and store as well. So is it because, I mean, for people that haven't used them before, I know that you've seen them obviously with Heartfelt a few times, but for those of you that haven't seen them, what is it about them that make them so great to use?
I take a clean new one, okay, so you can see, for a start off, they're domed. It's a really, really nice, soft, but kind of dense sponge that you're using, but then you've got the precision there, okay? That's the important bit, okay? You've got the precision in those tips, but also it's the fact that you've got total control.
Right.
When you're using a bigger sponge or a bigger type of dauber kind of thing, you can't really see where you're going.
Okay.
But with this, if I just take...
Because it literally is the end of your fingertip,
It's
isn't it?
at the end of your fingertip, and there's so many different ways you can use it. So at the moment, I'm kind of flicking up my dauber just to get colour on the tip. But if I wanted to go in and add deeper colour, I would then go in a circular motion.
Right.
But again, you can get different techniques. You see, you can flick the other way and just blend it, and it just blends beautifully.
But again,
really
you've got that focused area where you get adding your colour.
I can't stress anymore. This is one thing that I have in my craft room now, and I definitely, you know, if somebody said to me, right, we're going to take 10 items from you, daubers would definitely not be on that list. Definitely. I think I would probably cry if somebody said, right, you can't use daubers anymore. Right.
Well, do not ever do that to Nikki, by the way. No one threatened to nick the daubers.
Take my daubers.
No, exactly. 069154 if you haven't got them, or if you have and you want to add more to your collection, of course, to have £13.99, approaching half the stock already allocated pretty much on that new batch. So, yeah, good luck with getting those ones. Well, they are brilliant.
Going in now with the centre, so this is the very last one that I will be putting in. So I'm going in with the dark orange, then I'm turning my dauber, so I'm using exactly the same dauber, but I'm now going in with a more of a yellow, same dauber. So you can use the same
multiples
dauber
on the different colours, right?
Yes,
okay.
But what you would need to do, so if I want to go in with another colour, what I would do is I'd have a spare sheet of paper and take off a lot of the colour that I've got on the dauber. And I do need to do the back, so I'm going in with a sort of like a tangerine colour now. And just doing the back of that one. So then we're on to the flower shaping. So as I mentioned earlier, we have got moulds that are coming which will coordinate with your zinnia flowers. Okay, but unfortunately they have been delayed.
Yeah.
It's a real shame, but unfortunately we have to get them from far, far away, and it's getting them here. We're thinking about 3 to 4 weeks, okay? And I will be bringing them on Hochanda, so I will be able to show you them and I will keep you updated. However, it will not stop you creating absolutely amazing flowers, because what I'm going to show you here is, so this one I'm doing slightly different than the flower that I showed you earlier. So this one, I'm doing it with all of the stamped images facing towards me. I'm taking my flower shaping tip. Now I think this is like a 6 and an 8 mil, I think. Let me just have a look, because you can see in here, you've got all these different tips in here. So yes, so actually that would probably be the 10 mil. Okay. And that would be the 6 mil on the end there. So and then you can flip it over and around, and they just fit in. It's magnet in the end there, so they fit in beautifully.
Nice and simple.
Very, very simple. So I'm going to spritz first. That will help break down my fibres, and it does help when I finish the flower kind of keep its shape. So I'm going around each petal and I'm just going around the end of these tips now. Whereas on the other flowers that I created, I went all the way down. On this one, I'm just shaping the very tips. And this is the nice thing when you have your flower shaping tool, rather than using your mould.
Yeah.
You've got your mould, and yes, it creates absolutely stunning flowers, and you can put them on in upside down or facing upwards, and it's going to give you very, very fast results. But just using your flower shaping tool, you can get lots of different looks for your flowers, and using the different tips. So on this one, as I say, I'm just doing the very tips of...
And that's not changing the actual blend of the colour or anything like that, even though you
it's not
spritzed on it.
touching my colour at all.
No, okay.
I would allow your ink to dry depending on what ink you're using,
Yeah.
especially if you're using like your oxides to colour your flowers. I would probably say leave them for 20 minutes or so just to let them dry.
Right.
But just doing those tips, okay, in a circular motion. So that's given me my shape there. I've done all my petals here apart from the last one, but this one I am going to go all the way in. So that one is the same size as the centre one that I just showed you in the yellow and orange.
That's
Okay.
really, I mean, that tool is doing
that's
all the
easy.
work for you. It's so simple, isn't it?
Very, very simple. But then for the inner, this is going to be the same as I did on the earlier show. I'm going to hold each petal individually, and I'm just taking my shaping tool and I'm just rolling that there. And it just gives it a slightly different shape as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go all of those all the way round. When you're at home, obviously, you can spend a little bit more time. I always feel that sometimes I find that when I'm doing my demos, I might rush it a little bit, but obviously I'm kind of wanting to get the demo done and just give you an idea on what you can create. Okay, so then I'm coming back with my flowers. Now what I'm going to do now, look, is I'm going to pinch each individual tip now, just the tip, sort of like 3/4 of the way down, and I'm going to do all of my petals now. So this is now going to give me a completely different looking zinnia.
The details on the stamp though as well, just from the colouring in, just
Yes,
even the
you've got all
single
the
sheet of
detail
that,
there.
even before you've mixed them, it does look lovely, doesn't it?
It is, and it's, as I say, it's in the detail. There's enough detail in there so that you can see where all the kind of the detail of the petals are.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not too much, so when you colour it, it's kind of dark and dingy. It's kind of just enough. So I'm doing every single petal. And I've already done, did I do this one? No, I did that one. Just need to do this one. So again, all the way down. So just to let you know which ones I've used. So I've used 2 at the medium size, then I've gone down in size again, 2, 2, and then 1 and 1, but they are the same flower, but just shaped differently.
Right.
And again, you could just pop one of each on if you wanted.
Yeah.
But I'm going to layer it up 2 by 2. Okay, so I've got 2 of each size.
And I think something like this as well, on anything that you're working on, projects or a card that you're making, etc., you don't need many of these on it to have the wow factor.
Not to give it, or you could just have one flower.
Yeah.
On a card and it will look absolutely stunning. So rather than normally you see me take and I roll it around and lift it up, I'm kind of wanting to keep them kind of flattish, but come up at the ends. So again there. And because I'm using the glue gun, I'm getting like a little bit of lift.
Right, a bit of height in there.
With a little bit of height. So I'm not pushing that down too tight.
I see,
If you look now, it's giving you, I'm now creating that zinnia shape. And then this one. And then that one. But just look at that look.
That's looking
Stunning,
beautiful.
isn't it? And then the next one is my small purple in the centre. And then finally, I've got this one. So what I would say at this stage, if you wanted to add some of those stamens, you can add it all the way through, but bear in mind it's going through a lot of glue and paper.
Yeah.
So you would use a craft knife just to add your hole. But what I found was, if I don't need my wires on there, I can still do exactly the same. Normally I wouldn't do purple because zinnias have got like an orangey colour, but I think this is going to work. So I'm taking 3, you could use 5 if you wanted, or 6 even. I'm just a bit like, because I know this is quite a small flower. So I've twisted like that, then that will go through my hole. Like that. Just bear with me a second.
That's all right, that's okay.
I don't want to break it. My hole wasn't quite big enough, but there we go. Okay, and then I'm just pulling those petals up, being quite gentle, she says. And then I'm going to add some glue, and that's going to hold those stamens in place. But then when I pop it down, like that.
They're a lovely finishing touch though, aren't they?
They just finish off the flower, but look at that. Exactly the same.
That's beautiful.
Stamps and dyes, but a completely different
Yeah,
zinnia.
it is, isn't it?
And if you look at the zinnia flower, if you do some research, if you're not quite sure what they look like, you do have some that do have petals coming down and then the inner petals going up.
Right.
Some of them are all the same, going all the same direction. So yes, so many different ways you can create
lovely.
a zinnia flower.
But again, like you say, with the colouring, with the colouring as well, you could go to town with whatever you want as well with this, couldn't you?
And glitter and use your embossing powders with it as well.
Oh yes, yeah,
Make some
beautiful.
really stunning cards with them.
Thank you for that one already, Nikki, which is fantastic. We'll give you a bit of an update on where we are with that, but don't forget those stamens. You will be getting them absolutely free. We're going to be putting those in with your order if you make a purchase in this particular hour. So was that quite annoyingly? Which a little bit, yeah. I won't do that too much more then. But they are. I mean, actually, did you say the value was something like $15.99. I mean, that I think is one of the most expensive that we've had for you as a giveaway. So that's a real deal to be had there. Brilliant opportunity. And with the saving that you're making on here, it's a £21 saving on your one-day special. You're getting a brilliant, brilliant deal. Please make sure you get this into your basket. You're looking at the whole 12x12 pads with they are double-sided on those, don't forget, on the 12x12, but you are getting 2 sheets of each of those. Now, I know that some people will still want to get themselves another pad on top of that. We'll give you the details, which you'll find for that on the website. So if you wanted to, you can. Or they're going to put it at the bottom of your screen as well. But they are beautiful papers, and this is just some of the ideas that you can create with those techniques that we're getting from Nikki on actually how we're making those beautiful flowers, which are stunning. And the larger ones, the medium-sized, the smaller ones, they're a big, big impact piece, aren't they, on your project that you're working. And that with the papers that you're seeing is a beautiful collection, and it is that whole summer's garden that you are getting. There's beautiful colours in there, pastels of the pinks, you're getting lavenders in there, you're getting the blues, the greens. There's a lovely theme of the oranges going through on this as well. It's really, really lovely. Usual price for all of this you're looking at £80, but here, £21 off, as I said, £59.95, and it is available on your FlexiBuy as well. So just 2 payments of £29.98 each on those. Your item code you'll need, get this into your basket now while we have got stock, 620393. 620393. Now let's just see again some other ones that I've not shown yet on how you can work with these. Let's start here with this is lovely actually, with the lovely little box design. Oh, you got all your tags on the inside here as well. This is beautiful.
As I say, it isn't just about card making. Think about the gifts that you can create with it as well. So I've used one of the panels from the paper pads, used one of the ribbon strips to go around the outside of the box, pearled it up, used a decorative die as well on there, and then adorned it with, well, just 3 not very big flowers as well.
And we've got a little ladybird there for the papers as well.
Yes.
It's been cut through. That is stunning.
So really pretty. That could be a card in its own right,
course,
if you wanted to create a card. But then you can take it further.
Look at these.
Think about all those tags that we've got in the paper pad.
They are stunning, these.
Just a lovely gift. It could just be a thank you gift.
Oh, these are gorgeous.
Or a thinking of you gift.
And you've got 2 sheets of these again, as you said,
Yes,
actually in the paper pad as well. Two of those.
And then I've used some of the
those
smaller panels. Some of them I have cut up slightly, and then I've created a few cards in there so that the recipient, it's kind of like a gift set that they can write little notes in, give to people, little birthday cards that they can put their own sentiments on.
They are gorgeous. You've got so many projects in that paper pad, haven't you, actually?
Yes, so many things that you can create with it,
That's phenomenal. That is just one of the ideas, again, of how we could use with those. We've also got, let's just have another look at some of these again. Just the one with the little house as well, the cottage.
Yes, the cottage.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Features quite a lot in the paper pad, and you could fussy cut it out. You could use a circle that one of the design team's done here.
That's lovely, that.
And just use it as a focus. Maybe you've brought some of the decorative dies over the last few months. Think about using those along the flowers. Now, Anita, who is absolutely amazing at creating flowers, I mean, these are just absolutely
they are beautiful.
Stunning. But they're exactly the same stamp and die that I've just used.
Wow.
But you look at how she's done it. It's all in the flower shaping.
Yeah. And that's, and again, not only the results as well, but just such a great skill to be able to work on as well, if you really want to sort of hone that.
So this is another one of the design team. Completely different looking flowers. Just using some of the backing paper from the paper
So almost like a lily area with that, with the central part of it really puffed out
is,
as well. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And look at that one again with it blown up with the cottage
that
there.
one, what I've done with that one, I actually did, and I'm not against fussy cutting, just because I love my stamps that create dies. It's just thinking about what images you've got in your paper pad.
Yeah.
And I've just fussy cut that out with a craft knife, used a decorative die on the back, and then created a nice little kind of arrangement of flowers on the bottom.
I want to show this one as well, because there's something there's something very opulent about these flowers.
Yes, there is.
And the richness of them. So if it is for like a special occasion, it seems, for an anniversary, a golden anniversary,
definitely.
But you can imagine on this one, you know, I know it's one of those happy memories, but a happy anniversary on that with such an opulent,
that would make stunning.
Wouldn't it be beautiful?
Using none of the paper pads. So if you look at that, you've got your decorative dies that I know a lot of you have, and then just using the flowers, and I can see lots of butterflies, ladybirds on there as well.
Yes, there they are, yes, exactly.
Quite a few. Spot the ladybird.
Literally spot
on
them,
that one.
But look at that.
This is beautiful. A stunning card, just using lots and lots of flowers on there. But using one of the panels as well from the paper pad.
I'm trying to show as many of these I can, because every one, as you say, I've got 2 more here I want to show.
So different.
But again, because the scale. But again, imagine, I know we talked about these, you know, we said earlier when you was making that first one, Nikki, that one of them is impressive. But when you have a collection, when you start creating a bouquet of these.
Yes, you can make a beautiful, beautiful bouquet of flowers with these. Think about. And I actually did start it, and I haven't finished it, and I will finish it and hopefully bring it on a show later on. But I've made a basket, and I just haven't got quite enough flowers yet to put in it. So I was doing an arrangement of zinnia flowers. But look at that.
That is amazing, isn't it?
Stunning.
That is stunning. If you are impressed with this, and if you are tempted and thinking now how you could work with these, you know, does it fit in with your style already? Or are you already a bit of a Heartfelt Creations fan anyway of their papers? You're going to have so much inspiration at your fingertips to work with this particular set that you're getting. 620393. Take advantage while that £21 is off for you again, and it's also on your Flexi Buy for, which is a fabulous, fabulous set. And don't forget, you're getting your freebie as well, as lovely a gift for you. Let's just very quickly show you about the other set that is available for you. Last one in May, was it? Did we hear? Last one in May, all that time ago. And it's a fantastic collection, a huge amount for you here, which is going to give you 11 dies, 9 stamps, and of course you're going to get your 12 by 12 papers. I don't think I showed the papers from this earlier on. And again, there's a lovely theme of this one in case. I think we had more oranges in the last kit. But in here we're getting some beautiful purples, really lovely purples and lavenders that are working together that are simply stunning, actually. Very rich. Very, very, very beautiful. We've got our toppers in here again, very pretty with the little birds. Just these on their own. Just one of those again, cut through and created, Nikki, is stunning, isn't it?
In this one, there's one there from the cottage garden which we launched, and that was hydrangeas. So you've got a lot of other images in this paper pad, again, that coordinate with lots of other collections that Heartfelt have brought out in the last 12 months. But ready, easy to make cards. You've got your panels in there. You've got your 12 by 12s if you want to do scrapbooking. You've got your smaller panels in there if you want to create something like you've just shown with the box with the tags and the cards. But then you could go do mini albums. I think Heartfelt paper pads are more like a paper kit rather than a paper pad.
Right.
And the colours in this one,
I love that.
Is absolutely stunning.
That is really lovely. Again, the green and the purples together working on these. That with the bird cage and everything. It's stunning.
And it's going to work with any floral collection that you've got. You know, don't just think about using your wisteria. Think about all the other flowers that you've got as well. And you can create absolutely stunning cards just using elements from the paper pad.
Wow.
Die cut those out.
They are lovely. I'm just trying to get to the sort of latter end when, again, we can see more of the other elements that are available. But, I mean, like you say, there are so many projects, potentially, that you could work with on here.
In one paper pad, definitely.
Some really stunning colours,
Maybe you purchased this back in May and you're just thinking, oh, I haven't used it yet, but I could be. Go for another paper pad.
Well, yes.
Because once you start working with this, you are going to, it's never, you know, your paper pads are consumable. It
really is absolutely beautiful. And don't forget all of your dies, all of your stamps, again, that will work in connection with everything you'll see in there, which is absolutely brilliant. 712195, £40. £40 saving on this. Sorry, a bit of a gulp. There wasn't the shock of the price there that was we were saving there, just literally just had a bit of a moment. It's available on 3 of Flexi Buys, £31.64 each one of those, 712195. Of course, we've also got for you some other items maybe of interest for you. Of course, you know the storage binder is always very, very popular. 374418. It's only £12.99 if you'd like to go for the storage binder. Great way of keeping everything you need in exactly the right place. I will tell you though, 70% of the stock has already gone. 374418. So if you are interested, maybe stock up on these, get a couple of those at the same time. Why not take advantage of those? Brilliant deals. I tell you what, this hour's flying by.
I know, it's gone so quick.
15 minutes left only.
The 8 o'clock show always does go quick. And I'm not really sure why. Because it's an hour still.
I know.
It's an hour still.
It is, it is. Right, what's going to be next then for us?
So
have a look at, Nikki?
we're going to make, or I'm going to make, and hopefully I'm going to inspire you to make.
Listen, I'm here. I'm here to morally support from a distance.
From a distance, I know. But what I wanted to do is show you how you can make a really nice big card with your papers and those flowers. So I'm not quite sure how big it is. I think it's about 10 by, I think, 7. So it's not quite A4, but it's not far off.
No, it's not.
But I have used, if you look, it looks like that's a panel. Okay. I've actually created that card from this sheet of paper.
Oh, okay.
Okay, which is the full 12 by 12. And you're probably thinking, well, how? Because she's got that going all the way around. She's got that same frame.
And the border, yep.
But what I did was, I've cut the paper up. So if we can get close in, there is a strip here where I've cut, look, along that top, strip down here, and then I put them together and I've created a card, and it has got that full border around it.
Cheeky.
Okay. Yes, I have pearled it up and I put it on some purple card. And then I've cut out another piece here, but I wanted to keep this element in. So what I've done is I've just cut around there and left that so that it's going to decoupage this part up but leave that corner free. So I've used foam tape so that that lifts that off of my page there, but still keeping that beautiful decorative area there.
Yeah.
And then I've taken some more of the dark purple and that is going to sit there. And then I wasn't going to, but I am going to add a little bit of foam tape to that outer inner circle.
Oh, you cheeky devil, you.
Just a little bit, because I think it makes the card if you start lifting some of the panels up and different elements up.
Yeah.
So if you see, look, that's what I've cut out in a circle from one of the other sheets. Yeah. So I'm going to do it so that butterfly kind of sits there. Just add some glue to the back there. So that will go, if I can get my glue, oh, there we go. Butterfly going around.
While you're doing that, I'm just hearing, by the way, what the collective noun for butterflies is, is it a kaleidoscope? A kaleidoscope of butterflies. Did you know that?
It is. I did know that.
Well, I didn't know that. It's a good one, that.
But what a lovely way to describe it. So on this one, what I did was I put my flowers and then realised I'd covered up that beautiful panel. So with this one, I'm using a decorative die that you will probably recognise from one of the other collections, and I'm just, if I can get that apart and it doesn't want to, there we go, I'm just tearing them because that's actually, I've die cut them out of the paper pad. And I can just tear that rather than cut it, there we go. Okay, so I've got 5 of those, and I've got some leaves. So now what I'm going to do with this one is try and keep as much of this there as I can. Okay, so I'm adding my flowers there. This one, putting lots of glue on, but lifting it up, look. Like that.
It seems this way with the glue gun is the best way to get that height.
It most
between
definitely
the
is.
different
I would
flowers.
definitely say a glue gun is a must when you're sticking flowers on like this, because you can make sure as well that they actually stay.
They stay, yeah, yeah.
Then I'm going to add a few leaves. So I'm hiding that join there. And then just make sure that when you put your leaves on, you kind of do it evenly. So I've got I always put my flowers on first, but then I can pop my leaf under there, look. And I'm squeezing up those leaves a little bit as well. Got another one here. And I might need one more leaf, but I'm going to just leave it. And then those little fancy decorative dies will it just finishes it off. And if you look in the papers, you've actually got little swirly bits in some of the papers, which is why I thought this would work really well.
Well, that's the nice thing about the whole collection, isn't it? Because there's lots of things that echo up as well,
yes,
aren't there here? And,
so just putting them on there. Yeah, so what you don't want to do is just put a few leaves at the top or at the side. You kind of want them sitting around your flowers. So I might have to grab some more leaves in a minute because I don't think I've got enough here. Okay, so I have got some more leaves here. Already done. You know I like to batch make. So, and I'll show you my batch of flowers in a minute. And then another one here. And then I've got one flower here. So I don't want to hide that again.
if you were making this for someone and sending it on, this is the one if they were having all their cards on display, like you say, for a special occasion. This is the one that's got the sort of the X factor, the wow factor to them, isn't it? You frame them, wouldn't you, rather than
yes, and the
move them
thing
on?
is, you look at the paper pad and you see the panels in there, which are 12 by 12, and then you've got the smaller panels. Sorry, not the 12 by 12, the 6 by 6s.
Yeah.
But then you look at the bigger ones and you're thinking scrapbooking, or I could cut it up, but then I lose half of the design. But when you start cutting it up, you can't see my joins.
No.
I've been very clever on the way I've actually put the card together.
I mean, but they are those kind of things with the flowers in there as well. These were great as a framed project, wouldn't they?
Oh, this would make a beautiful frame.
Beautiful frame project.
Photo.
This.
Sorry, not photo. Where did I get photo from?
It's 8:45. You're okay. It's all right.
Yeah, you know, using your papers and you could put it in one of those 3-dimensional frames. I just need one more leaf, which is going to go here, there, and that will stick because I can feel there's some still glue under there. And then I've got 2 little blossoms now that I've created using the smaller of the flowers. If you're wondering what paper I've used the Heartfelt Creations flower paper, and I don't think we have it on the show. If you don't have that, a really good, sort of like 230 GSM, I would say, would work. But some paper isn't as good as others, so it is trial and error.
Okay. So you want something that's got a little bit of give.
Yes. So if you can, I would go for the Heartfelt paper. Okay. So, a sentiment. Let's just put a sentiment on. Just there in that corner there, and this one says, "You are so thoughtful," and that's from one of Heartfelt's other collections.
That's beautiful, that, Nikki.
Really nice size. A wow. I mean, Mother's Day.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. I mean, and then I've used a butterfly on this one, and that was from the Butterfly Medley collection, I do believe.
Okay. But I mean, like you say, for Mother's Day or for a special occasion, a card like that in the shop, what would you pay for a card like that in the shop?
Oh.
Wouldn't you? You know, just for
I
a
have
simple...
no idea because I don't buy cards.
Well,
I can't
but I
remember
mean...
the last time I brought a card.
No, but that's good to hear.
but you can...
You know, but you buy a basic card. Yeah. You know, you can £3 or £4
if you wanted
anyway.
to sell your cards, you can make and sell as many as you like.
I was going to say, what is the angel policy then? What is?
You can make and sell as many as you like as long as you're physically making something. So what you can't do is do a batch of flowers and sell a pack of those.
No, I see, I see. Is this your batch then?
This is my batch of flowers there.
If you meet Nikki in the car park, she'll flog that to you as well. But you can't do that, Nikki.
Me,
can't do that.
I have made. I don't know how many individual petals I've coloured and made into flowers, but flower-wise, I've probably made about, including all my demos, probably about 80, 90 flowers.
Have you?
For this collection, just this collection. Yes.
Wow, and that's some time to do that, isn't it? Really,
it is. But it's a labour of love. I know a lot of crafters out there will probably do the same as me. Maybe you've only got an hour, and you think, oh, I can't put a card together in an hour, but I could do some stamping, die cutting,
so
or make some flowers,
or
make a few flowers, and ready to go on a card.
It's brilliant. That is absolutely beautiful, that, Nikki. Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. We'll just do a very quick recap. We've still got sort of 5 minutes, actually, so I'll be as quick as I can to let Nikki try and get something quickly again for you before we finish off the hour. The kit that you've been looking at here is, of course, the beautiful Heartfelt collection here of the 12 by 12 paper. So again, you are getting 24 sheets in there. So you're getting 2 sheets of each design to go through, and they are double-sided, of course. You're also going to get the fantastic dies and the stamps that will go with that beautifully, by the way, that will work with all the elements that's in their paper as well. We are also on extended delivery, just to let you know as well. So we're looking for the 9th of September for dispatch for you. It has got a £21 saving on here as well for your one-day special, so not to be sniffed at all. Huge amount of saving, to to be had there for you, bringing that price right down, which is also available on FlexiBuy. So it's just £59.95 in total, and that brings your payments down to just £29.98 each. 620393 is your item code, and a lot of stock has already gone. We were looking at the beginning of this hour, already 40% of the stock had already gone before we started this hour, so please don't hang around, do take advantage. We're now over 40% of the stock already allocated. I just love those images with the little cottages in there as well, which is absolutely gorgeous, and you're getting quite a few of those actually within the paper pad as well, in the 6x6 squares that are in there, as well as also on some of those of the larger 12x12s that are also in there. They are beautiful. If you are looking and thinking, do you know what, the papers are gorgeous, but even 2 pages of each isn't enough for me, then you can get yourself an extra book, of course, with your papers. They're at the bottom of your screen, 971067. How about this for an opulence? A beautiful collection there of all your fantastic flowers that have been done there. 620393. Right to you. OK, we've got 4 minutes then. Nikki, what do you think we can do
Right,
next time?
well, we'll make another zinnia flower, but something slightly different. So what I wanted to do is show you how you can make that inner flower slightly different. So what I'm going to show you is really just an inner, just like this one. So if you don't want to put stamens in it, you can make your own inner for your zinnia flower. So I've done the flowers in exactly the same way. So on this one, image down, taking my flower shaping tool, and then pulling that petal in this time. Okay. These are really nice sizes, actually, if you wanted to dot a few in between your larger zinnia flowers. So use the smaller ones as like little blossoms.
Yeah, it's a nice way of sort of spreading out a little bit, give a little bit of
yes,
a
and you
change
can
in
use
there.
these ones to make kind of like bud-looking zinnias as well. So just doing both of those. And then turning that round. And then I am going to create dimension in the centre. And then I just need to do the same. All of these, I've done the edges, but I just wanted to.
I know you said you've done 80 or 90 flowers that you've made, but there's also something quite zen-like about the whole. Very relaxing to study watching as well.
It is very, very relaxing. I have spent hours and hours in the craft room, and I'm very lucky because I don't have to do it on my own. I've got my partner Paul. He sits there and he watches a film or something while I'm crafting.
Right.
So it's really good. I'm
Yeah.
not in there, else I think probably I would be single because I spend most of my life in the craft room. But I am very, very lucky.
No, that's great.
So just putting them in. And he says, I just don't know how you have the patience you've made. How many have you made tonight, Nikki? You know, well, I've made about 20. But look how you can layer these up, look.
Does he help at all?
He does actually. He's actually an artist. So yes,
Oh, right.
he does. He does enjoy his colour, the colour inside of it. And yeah, I can make a crafter out of him. I know I can. You wouldn't think it to look at him, but yes. And then just push that one up, and then I won't put that other one in. What I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to do exactly the same, but with that image in. Then I'm just going to squash it together, and that's really basically it. And if it's not going quite right, you can just kind of bend that in the middle, put it up like that. Pop that in there.
Ah, that's lovely.
And then you've got a different kind of scent. As I say, you can get a different look by just putting a completely different centre in.
Yeah, beautiful.
Completely different. And this is the one I made earlier. So I'm going to sit them there, and you can take a look at all the different ways. And that's just 3.
Yeah, very different as well, the 3 of them, which is fantastic.
Different.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for all those. You're back again tomorrow morning?
I am at 8 o'clock in the morning. I hope you could join me.
Yeah, absolutely. For still the final day of their birthday celebration. So if you want to kick off, we got finishing Wednesday. Sorry. Oh yeah. So another day started again from. Oh shit, my producer's been trying to tell me that all hour, but not listened to a word she said. So make sure you join Nikki tomorrow morning from 8 o'clock, of course. Thank you so much for keeping us company in this last hour, but we've still got another live hour as well after this to keep you through as well here on your Bank Holiday Monday evening. Congratulations if you've got yours so far. If you haven't yet, now's your time to pop that one into your basket so you can still try and claim your free giveaway gift for this hour. Thanks so much, Steve. Like I say, don't go anywhere. I'll see you on the other side of this with a happy hour.